Everybody, welcome back to another episode of FSidfs DFS Fantasy NASCAR Picks. I'm your host, Mega31. We have the Charlotte Roval. If you've watched the videos before, you know I'm not a fan of these hybrid road courses. I like railroad courses like Sonoma, Watkins Glen, Coda, um, ones like that. Not where they put up a bunch of cones in the infield and try to make it exciting. So just wish they would just run the intermediate track here in Charlotte, forget the shenanigans, but they think it sells tickets and everything, so we have to navigate through it. So, cutoff race for the playoffs. Four drivers are not going to make it. If you look at the start column there, Larson, Byron, and Bell mathematically should be so far ahead that they can't do anything to screw it up. Reddick, Blaney, Bowman, and Hamlin still need to be conscious of their points. Joey Logano is like right on the cut line. Actually, it's right below the cut line, but within striking distance of getting into it. And then Cindric, Suarez, and Briscoe probably need to win the race to advance. So I think you're going to see a lot of the ones, since it's so close fighting for the playoffs, they're going to prioritize staying alive in playoffs over winning this race. So that means that they probably stay out stage one and potentially stage two, which means they don't get the track position. It kind of hurts them and they don't have a great day. You really aren't looking for, even though I have DOMs and upside DOMs, I'll explain why they have them there if you haven't watched any of the other videos. They're more upside DOMs are GPP plays that I think could potentially win the race. The purple ones are cash plays I potentially think could win the race. It has nothing to do with actually going out there and leading laps and fast laps because there's not that many laps in this race. And if somebody does lead flag to flag, that does helpful to probably be optimal, but most of the time, you only have 1 to 2 drivers that start in the top 10. They're optimal, and the rest is place differential. So that's important to try to nail that. And it's going to be the people that don't stay out that short pit and get the track position and hold it. Plus, you can have catastrophes like I was absolutely smashing in Xfinity, and then we had one of those late race incidents, and everything came crashing down. So wasn't too bad. Lost like $24. But we'll survive and move on and jump into this one. So Shane Van Gisbergen has been eliminated for Xfinity, so definitely wasn't as dominant as I thought he would be in Xfinity, but he looks really good here. He's got a good team. Everything is pointing to get ready toward for next year now. He can focus on that, and I think he's going to be a prime play. I hate playing the pole sitter, but I just think it makes sense. He's got such a good opportunity to stay out there and lead laps. I think like he and AJ Allmendinger have the best chance of winning this one because they're not in the playoffs. They don't need to worry about that. All they need to do is worry about going out and winning the race. And I think between the two of them, if they keep it clean, it could be an amazing race. Sandwiched between them is Tyler Reddick, who I have an upside dominator because I think he's definitely fast on road courses. He is one that could be out there, but he's going to need to get points, stage points. So does that hurt him? So I have an upside dominator. AJ Allmendinger, I think it's a 50K driver because I think people might look at how they haven't been as good at the road course, but he looked really good at the Xfinity race. Probably could have won it, but I think he was again prioritizing advancing there. He's not in the playoffs here, so this one he can go for the win. And I do believe he won one of the early ones where like Briscoe took out not Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin late in the race. I think that was no, maybe that was Indy. One of the ones it was kind of chaos towards the end there. So Logano's up here. He's not the greatest at this one. And again, he is on the outside looking in. He's gonna need to get stage points. So GPP for me. Austin Cindric is, I think, is all or nothing. I saw him do really, really well on this in Xfinity, and he's been okay in Cup. And I think people are going to overlook him. That's why he's going to be second 50K driver. It might not be 50K, it might be 25K. I didn't look how much, but the top GPP that you're playing, those are the 50K guys. So you want to play those three, and then you want to throw in some chalk to balance it out. Larson and Elliott, I think both of them have the upside to win this. I think they're great GPP plays if you want to stake your claim to one of them going out there and winning it. Larson should have enough points, especially after stage one, to be able to short pit and to be able to get out there. And unless there's a caution, which happened in the Xfinity race, because that could throw everything off. And sometimes he's turning the field mile races, so things could get crazy. But I think Larson definitely has more upside than Elliott because of the way the points are. But for some reason, Chase has a solid first stage and has enough points, and some of the other drivers crash or are out of it, and it's pretty clear he's going to make it. Then I think he's got a shot to go for the win. Brad Keselowski, kind of shocked that he qualified this high up. He hasn't been great at these tracks in the next gen car. GVP for me. Bubba Wallace is out of it also. I see as a cash he was in consideration for the prime, but I don't think that we're going to get there. But again, he's not racing for the playoffs, so if he has to go us out there and has a solid day, he should be able to potentially stay in the top 10. And I really like him on FanDuel, but DK, I think he's a solid cash fill in for you. Byron is another one in a cash game that I think you can stake if Shane Van Gisbergen's not going to win this, that he could potentially get up there. He is so far ahead in points that he should be solid enough to go for the win and not have to worry about stage points. Kyle Busch, I have an upside dominator because he has been had a couple top threes at road courses, been solid, hasn't quite gotten there. He's still trying to keep that streak alive, so I think they're going to do everything they possibly can. And I think NASCAR might help them at some point. As much as they've been anti Kyle Busch, I think in this case they love the narrative and want to keep it going. So to help him get a win in his 20th season, might see some shenanigans in the next 5 races for that. And as long as it's not costing somebody advancing in the playoffs, then it might happen. So I'm going to play some Kyle Busch in GPP lineups, so I'm not touching the cash. Bell, same situation as Byron, far ahead in points, could potentially go for the win. Both of them have been good on road courses and a threat to potentially win. So I like playing them in the cash line if you want to take and pivot off of Shane Van Gisbergen and make one of those two the prime as the one that you think has the upside to get a little place differential and potentially win it. General Suarez has been solid on road courses also. He really needs to win this, so I think that he is a very strong GPP play because I don't think he can point his way in. He needs to swing for the fences, and that leads to a place differential and hopefully a decent DFS day. Blaney, I think, is just going to be pointing, both trying to get the stage points, both stages, one and two. I don't he hasn't really been strong on road courses, so I think he's gonna have high ownership just because of his name and who he is. He did win the inaugural one, I think, here, but overall, I just don't feel um, warm and fuzzy about playing him. Gillian has been solid on road courses, but I just didn't see the speed that I wanted to really in practice out of him. So GPP for me. Chastain struggled on road courses. He was okay in practice. I think again he could be spoiler here. Doesn't have to really focus on like all the ones around him on trying to get stage points. So I think that could bode well and help him get some place differential. Alex Bowman, I really like him in cash. He's been good at road courses. He's won a couple too recently. He won the street race in Chicago, I believe. So he definitely knows what he's doing here. He's the guy that's kind of like the silent assassin, call him the blue collar lunchbox guy. Just kind of goes out there, goes to work, does his job, and at the end of the day, you kind of look up and you're like, "Oh wow, Alex Bowman, top five. Where'd that come from?" So I've said that so many times. I just feel he's got a lot of floor for cash. Again, he might be going for stage points. Maybe he does the short pit early and then goes for because he's not going to really he has to move up at least 7 positions to even get stage points in stage one. So maybe short pits there gets the track position, and hopefully in stage two he doesn't have to be staying out there. But I think he's got the opportunity to go into the top 10, have some place differential on a good day. Denny Hamlin, he just wants to get through this race on to next week and hopefully still be in the playoffs and not going to be playing him. Ty Gibbs was super good on road courses in Xfinity, and it's only a matter of time before he figures it out. Looked good in practice. Wasn't like top 10 in speed by any means, but I think he still has the upside. And so he's going to be a 50K driver for me. Hocevar, solid in practice. Spire team's decent. I think he's a strong cash play. McDowell didn't have the speed in practice, and I don't know how much resources are thrown at him. Normally a good road course driver, so he's in consideration. But 87, I don't know if I like the place differential potential here, but 87 is pretty steep. Austin Dillon, I can take a shot at him here at 22. I think he's about average road course. The ones in blue are the ones that are proficient, and the brown ones are usually ringers. So he's not either one of those. So I think GPP. Zane Smith, really good on road courses when he's in the truck series, has been okay in road courses, and Spires had a decent road course package it seems this year. So I think he can be a cash play. Stenhouse, not good at road courses. Fade. Briscoe, great at shifting tracks and everything. Still in the playoffs, needs to do a lot to win. So I think he's a strong cash play because I think he will definitely be able to get some place differential, hopefully into like the top 15 or top 10, and that'd be amazing at starting 25th. Would score you a lot of points. Christopher Burns fade, probably end up in a sand trap someplace and have to get towed out. Hemrick and LaJoy. LaJoy I liked on road courses, but when he's in the Spire car, because I think they have a decent program for this, don't know how he's going to be in the Rick Ware car. So GPP for me. Busher is my other prime play here. Like I said, if you want to Van Ginsberger, Byron, or Bell, start with one of those. Busher is another one. Didn't qualify well, but always runs well on road courses. Um, Manages tires well, and I think that he'll be definitely able to get up into the top 15. So that's about 15 place differential points. Same thing for Truex, but I just don't feel Truex is as good. So I have him as cash, not one of the prime plays. I know there's a lot of people in the industry that are high on him this week. So only 5 weeks, there are races to go in his career. So he wants to do all he can to win and finish off strong. So I think that he's a solid cash play. Growler, not interested in fade for me. Grayson was really good at road courses in Xfinity, and I think he's been okay here. Just didn't qualify well. Doesn't have a ton of speed, but it's not a 32 place car. Definitely a top 20 car. So with the 12 place differential point to 6,600, I'll take that. Haley, like I said, the Spyro program was good. He's been solid this year in road courses. Didn't qualify well, but I think he has the upside to do kind of well here. Same thing with Priest. Just doesn't have as much upside as I feel. John under Nemechek, usually hate playing him, but just at the price point at 5,500, I'm not playing Growler. I don't really want to play Hemrick. Definitely not playing Harrison Burton here. Dillon and Smith are starting a little bit too far forward. He's kind of in the sweet spot. That's why I gave him the cast designation. You're going to need him to try to get some of these higher priced guys in your lineup that you really need to build a solid lineup. So I think he's in play for floor for cash. Barry is struggles on road courses. Like it's been pairing everything. Just don't touch him here. Eric Jones definitely has some upside. Also, I still like saving about $500 going Nemechek, but Eric Jones just didn't qualify well, but I think he's can definitely get into the top 25. So there's some upside there. And Balicki, even though he did really well in Xfinity, he was in a Joe Gibbs car. This is not a Joe Gibbs car. It's going to be a power source. Maybe it has some Stuart Haas backing, but it's probably going to be terrible. Probably not going to make it the full race. Probably going to break down. So I wouldn't even touch it. So I got for you. If you have any questions, put in chat below. Hit me up, MegaRow31 on Twitter/X. If you want more information on FSidfs DFS, you can go to the description of the video, and the link to our website is there for our pricing page. You can play all sports tomorrow for $6 for 24 hours. It's a really, really good deal. One of the cheapest packages in the industry, really affordable for you. And if these videos help us back, like, subscribe to our channel, and share with your friends. So thanks for watching. 4 more weeks after this. So we're in the home stretch here. Hopefully, it's a compelling and amazing race and not a snooze foul leader fest, which we're seeing sometimes happen. So, and hopefully, it's not so chaotic that our cash lines don't hit because everybody wrecked. So I got for you. Stay tuned to the channel. I'll have the NFL video coming out soon, also. So thanks for watching. Good luck in your contest. Hope you have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you next time.